Hello, 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 everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder, Pat Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacchino. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? Just getting comfortable in my chair. Uh, let's see. Let's see what's going on in Tesla world. Let's make sure I'm streaming everywhere correctly. Well, let's just double check everything since it's going 5 locations. And by the way, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, I got this fixed. Please do consider clicking the subscribe button, ringing the bell, and hitting the like or dislike button, especially ringing the bell so you get notified when we do go live. Another gap up, strong market day overall. Let's take a look at this. Tesla up 4.24%, even stronger than NASDAQ. That one was up 3.31. So thank you for that, GA, loud and clear. Thank you for letting me know that everything was working. And so little gap up, like how we have this on the chart. By the way, just from pure price action analysis, just going off pure and simple, not using anything else. We have a series of lower highs and still lower lows. Okay, so this is still not in full bullish mode. That's what I'm saying. Now, you start getting back above the most recent swing high back on December 1st. Well, that seems like so long ago, but it's not really. Then, it's broken the pattern of lower highs and lower lows, and we can start getting much more bullish. Well, people say, why don't you get super bullish down here yet? Because we have key things still against us. Let me switch over to my other screen. Here we go. We still have key things against us. Now, we did hit target levels to the upside. Let me pull some of this off real quick. We did hit some areas, like I was watching it today. I put in Discord, finally got the close above the 4-hour rotation zone, but my first target was the bottom of the 4-hour rotation zone, which we ran into a few times and then closed below it on the first bar of today, and then finally getting into there with the afternoon session. Why was that so key? Because I like to remove stuff into strength. So if you got any positions down here long, that's a first significant target to take something off. And I've talked about this before, trading around a core position. So, little quick recap. Trading around a core position means it runs up, it hits key levels. I'm either raising stops and or taking profits. Things like hitting that 4-hour rotation zone, great area to take something off. Why? Because you don't know if it's going to rotate back down. That's the first area. It could rotate back down. Hindsight's great. Well, it closed back into it. So you took something off and then it closed back into it. Well, now you have the benefit of more information. But what if this had closed and then rolled over? Remember, we had the gap. Let's go through some game plan today, and I'll also show you how you could have added back to the position with another really nice entry. So what do we get when we get the gap? We immediately do our retracement levels. So first, you're watching, here's the first little pullback between the 50 and the 62.5, and you don't want to close, if you're bullish, below the 62.5, else it favors the gap fill. Did not get there, rotation back up. Again, that is a very aggressive entry off a little pullback on the open, rotation back up, enabling us to also put on our projections. Now, the projections don't go from the close, they go from the last little move up. So that was to the high, which then gave me 1054.47 and 1060.19. Pulling back up there, then once you get to new highs, you have to ratchet up your retracement, gap retracements, and you're still watching for the close, at least on a 5-minute basis, below this 1025.28 level. If you want to be a little more conservative, use it on the 15-minute. I also said once momentum bars came in, I was watching the 15-minute rotation zone. We got some momentum bars coming in. Coming in this, remember, between the 50 and the 62 is a great area to watch for, just as it was off right off the open for a rotation back up there, 15-minute into the rotation zone, rotating back up. This is the kind of entry. So, you're taking stuff off into that 4-hour rotation zone high. You're taking stuff off on there that you got in earlier, and then here could be a really nice add back. Why? Because you have a really great stop level, low risk. You coming down here, and you're not just trying to guess the bottom here. Let me show you something else. On the 5-minute, where is that little area here? It was on this 5-minute lower low price action into that 50 to 62.5%, and with a divergence. I put a screenshot of that in the Discord server. Also rotating back up on the 15-minute, and I like to wait for the rotation back up. Where did my bar go? So like this is rotation back up right here. So you see that was the dip. This was the divergence on the shorter term. You got the rotation back up, and then it moves higher, and you had your stop back below the 62.5 on a closing basis. And people keep going, I don't want to wait for a close. Well, then you use the level below that as a disaster stop. So if it came back down here and spiked through the next level down, then you're stopped out. So you can plan your risk management with the worst case, this being the stop, but really you're getting out of it if it closes below the 62.5. Then it just rotates back up, meanders up there at the end of the day. And I like to trail on this 15-minute, which we never got a close below. So now that is still holding up. So that's a little great way to, you had something on earlier, you reduced at a key area, could have rotated back over, and it could have rotated back over, closed below the 62.5 and filled the gap. And then you would have looked like a genius taking some off at that 4-hour rotation zone. Meanwhile, what did it do? It came up here, take something off, come back down here, nice 15-minute add, you add back in, and then you trail that second add with the 15-minute rotation zone. Just a little great way to learn to trade around a core position. Hello, Dave. Great clarification for key low risk entries. And this is also why you could either take that by trade by itself. So let's say you got out end of the day yesterday because you didn't want to hold overnight, and you didn't get in right off this little dip to that first level off the open. That was a great little low risk play. You're trading with the trend. You have a clear line in the sand where, all right, if it goes below that, the odds aren't in my favor. So you can take a low risk, high probability entry that is with this little short-term trend. You can also see that 1054.47, don't get faked out by little moves above it. Look at this on the 15-minute. Could not get above it here. Turn to rotation zone. Could not still close above it. That's the kind of thing we're looking for with these harmonic levels. You're not trying to call every high or low. Sometimes they do, but you're watching. Look at that. Look at that nice little level. Now, what is to go into tomorrow morning? What's a great little thing? Well, let's see. Bullish line in the sand. I needed to be. It was in bullish mode all day long today. In order for tomorrow, I actually need it to stay above this harmonic level, about this 1054.50 area. 1054.50 area. That will keep me in bullish mode tomorrow. Little warning sign is if we once the open gets below that 15-minute rotation zone. Is that, I don't understand your question, Dave. Is that the harmonic being triggered then, or is that only the double talk? There is a double here still too. It looks like it's rotating back up into a triple. I'm going to leave it on for the open though. It's almost getting into that triple top zone. Why I have this double targets on here is if we get a close, let's say we open back down here tomorrow morning and then get a close right off the open below 1026.81, that will trigger this little double top and also go into this gap fill area. Then I'll start watching for some of these targets with the gap fill. 1013.48, 1006.82 and 1016. That's why I still have that on there. But in the morning, we're already up here at 1057. My levels here, I'm still going to leave. Actually, I'm going to raise them up at this point because we already know where the bullish line in the sand is. We've got this little pullback. So now we already had a significant level like around this 1063.41, 1064.51. I'm going to pretty much be going. That's a great area to raise a stop right off the bat. And then longer term, we have this 1071.34 and the prior 25% retracement harmonic. So that's my next target. Then above that, I'm at this 1080.69. Let's see how those fit in with the bigger picture. So 4 out, but let me pull these up too. Let me go move these up also from the bottom of the swing. Oh, look at that cluster right there. 1071, do not ignore that level tomorrow. Do harmonics get triggered or just doubles? Harmonics don't really get triggered. They're key areas you're looking to take an action. And the action, it could be like I showed you with that 5-minute divergence buy setup with, and that was off of, here, let me go back there. I don't think I put that one on there. But here, let me show you. Harmonics. Again, if you're not a member of Discord, please, you want to learn, and it's not just trading Tesla. There's a lot of other stuff that we talk about in there and other people talk about, but people talk about how they're using some of these things like harmonics. I know Sterling in there is a huge fan of harmonics. Look at this. You have that divergence, lower low, higher low RSI, and look at that harmonic. You see right here? So that sort of harmonic is not just, okay, just because it touched it isn't the buy, but you're watching with that divergence, and then you get the rotation back up I just talked about. That's the way you can use harmonics. So harmonics aren't really triggered. There are key areas you're looking to do something. For example, now tomorrow, we get to that 4 hour. Look at this. Look at this. Thing of beauty. You want to hear me sing? I can't sing. Okay, glad I answered your question. Look at this harmonic. Where's our next target when it closes inside the rotation zone? We start watching to the other side. Does it have to hit there exactly? No, but we have two key areas. On the 4 hour, we have the 50 exponential. Right at this, you see this little cluster, we had a significant level, 50 exponential, and a harmonic. That's a great area to take an action. What would be the first action? Well, from a long perspective, great area to raise a stop. Raise it again intraday. You're trading around a core position. You come up here, 1071, you have a double harmonic cluster and top of the rotation zone. That's another great area to take something off because you can always put something back on a pullback, a high probability re-entry. So you take something back off. Why? Because it could still roll over up there. So you've locked in some profits. Now, if we have momentum moves that are just blowing through there, I just use that to raise stops. Like if we had momentum bar, just blows through there, that would then turn into a key area of support, but then that would be an area that you raise stops. And then I go up to the next harmonic. All right, but the great area to take an action. Actions, take profits, raise stops, both. Now you have a game plan. This is what's so brilliant about using these tools. I've combined them for specific reasons because they give you a roadmap that you can go in. You can already have your roadmap laid out with these kind of levels, with the concepts of rotation zones, with the harmonics, with significant levels, and already have your roadmap mapped out to the upside and the downside so you're not caught off guard. Then you're just trading price action during the day. That's what you're focused on. You're focused on trading. Then you're not focused on doing your analysis, guessing, oh, it's higher. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? We already have the levels laid out. That's what you do. There's a madness behind my methodology. I think it's a good madness. So let me know what you think about that, about the Mike Madness. By the way, if you do find this information helpful and valuable, please do consider donating a super chat, a Patreon, a buy me a coffee. It helps offset all these software costs. And again, I don't charge much. If you want to join Discord, it's $10 one-time fee. Why do that? Because I don't want to hold this information back from anybody. But if it's valuable, please do consider supporting the channel. Also, YouTube is keeps doing my videos for replays on limited ad availability. I don't know why. Like, this is controversial. It's friggin' technical analysis. I don't swear. I say friggin' or something else, but I don't swear. I make it suitable for all viewers, and they keep limiting my ads. So there's no ad revenue, essentially. So if you'd like to support the channel, please do, because it really helps. It's my time also. And I'm glad to share this information for free, but it is also my time. If you don't want to do this, I said this on the last live stream, at least fine, donate to the channel. Donate to charity. I love dogs. Donate to a dog rescue organization this holiday season. Make a donation for me. You okay? You know, just pay it forward. If you're getting value from this, please do that, because it really does help me stay motivated to keep sharing this information. It takes a lot of time for me to do this stuff, and I mean, I do all these live streams. Sorry, just a little rant there. So now we have the targets to the upside daily, and look at that daily rotation zone. How much more do you look at this? Look at those harmonics. The two sides of the daily rotation zone perfectly captured with harmonics. You get above this daily rotation zone, then especially on a closing basis tomorrow, then it's back to neutral mode. And then we start watching for continued higher price action, and you can get more aggressive buying pullbacks. Keep in mind, if we do go down or you have bearish stuff come out, today's low is key, because you still have this gap left behind. Even if the double's invalidated, you still have this gap left behind, and then it does favor a gap fill if it rolls over, especially before you get above the high of December 1st. Why? Because any rollover before that high, if it does come back down, you still have a series of then another lower high. Just adding a line there. That's where I'm going to keep. This is actually a properly drawn path trend line. So that's going to be a key area I'm going to be watching on continued upside price action. Yeah, eliminate the guessing work. Yeah, I'm working on the courses going slowly, because again, I'm in Discord. I'm doing my job. I'm doing the trading. I'm doing live streams. All this stuff takes a lot of time. That's again where the donations really help. You know, it does really help. Anything else? Any other questions? Weekly, let's check in. Again, so far, rotation up on the weekly. So that's a really nice basis so far. Let me just see if I have any daily entry signals also. No entry signal. However, if tomorrow you do get a close above the December 3rd high, that is a percent B buy signal for me, which is a bullish buy signal, and then I will even be more bullish to watch for a retest of, especially around this 1162 area. So keep that in mind. If you get a strong rally tomorrow and it does close above the high of the 3rd, it needs to close above the high of the 3rd. That's an end of day entry for continued higher price action also. Just wanted to lay that out for people to give you a little actionable stuff. Always, just because it's a higher probability entry does not mean it can't still go down. So always trade with stops. Always know where your stop is on trades. And you wouldn't, by the way, if you did take that kind of actionable thing, you would not want to see it get back below this 1,000 mark. Back below 1,000, so you have a line in the sand for that bullish trade, and then you can work out if that reward to risk works for you with upside targets. I think that's about it for today. So I'm not seeing any questions. Jake is looking forward to the course. Yeah, me too. It's just a lot of work. And I get tired at the end of the day. And then I have to write articles for some publications and other things. It's a very long day at times. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else. So thank you for joining today's live stream. Good trading tomorrow. Again, lay out your own game plan. Plan the trade the plan, and I'll leave it with that. We'll talk to everyone later. Bye for now.